Hi guys, Rando Gamer here with the next session of Pokemon Basalt, Session 8, which is still a little bit limited on having the full group of trainers, but some good progress for a handful of them, namely Eliot, Firestarter Jan, and Lissa. Um, Eliot ends up coming a little bit later in the session, but we get some good Pokemon hunting with Lissa and Firestarter Jan to start off. A little bit of competitive spirit between Eliot and Firestarter Jan when he gets there because of what Pokemon she catches without him. And then pretty good late night Pokemon hunt for Eliot before they start making their way up onto Route 102 as they get closer and closer to Wasted Tree Pinnacle and their first gym. So, kind of ending things off with some new Pokemon for them to encounter. And they seem to be making some pretty good progress. But if you like the session, make sure to hit the like button. And if you want to stay up to date of my content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. But without further ado, here is session 8 of Pokemon Basalt.
Well, thank you guys for joining me for session 8. During our last session, we had started out right after Eliot had acquired his Rhyhorn, and he was testing it out by riding it. So he had hopped on and managed to get decent control, so he was plowing through bulldozers and everything like that. And Firestarter Jan had taken the competitive nature side of this, and whenever he had finally stopped and waited for them, as soon as they caught up, you guys sprinted ahead of him to run away from him, to kind of get back for him kind of riding off with his Rhyhorn. Eventually, you guys had taken a little bit of a break about midday, at which point Eliot had taken out his Drillbur to kind of search around because he was after some of the evolution stones. He didn't pick one of those up, but he did manage to find some soft sand and a Pokeball. And he had handed that soft sand off to Drillbur. At this point, you guys had kind of stayed on the lookout, trying to find that fire ground type Pokemon. But you ended up coming across a Drillbur, a Rhyhorn, and an Eevee. Firestarter Jan had gone after the Eevee, while Eliot had assisted, and then Alyssa had gone after the Drillbur. I think this was like her third or fourth attempt to capture a Drillbur. The fights weren't too crazy, but you guys were realizing you were starting to run low on Pokeballs. And during this encounter, this is whenever the whole sort of RP involving Timino, specifically Firestarter Jan's Timino, started because she wanted to paralyze it and was calling it a stupid fish, with which Eliot took offense to and called her out on. But it did end up working, managing to paralyze the Eevee, allowing Firestarter Jan to catch that, and Lissa managed to get the Drillbur, which was the first one. Which was very close because she did use the water gun on it and damn near came close to kill it again. Following this, you guys had kind of continued on down the route, still looking out for the ground fire type. But having caught the Eevee, raised some questions on the different evolutions. Eliot had remembered that there's several different evolutions for the Eevee, involving elemental stones, and he had come to the conclusion that maybe the dragon scale would be able to form the dragon type evolution. Firestarter Jan was a little bit more interested in the Umbreon, which I have in my notes here to update, because I think I had misspoken and said it was a dust stone, which in the current games that is the case, is it's just a dust stone. In this game, it is happiness 4, and they need to be out in the moonlight in order for that evolution to happen. So the big thing is getting its happiness up to 4.
Okay, so kind of like the old school way of doing it.
Closer to the old school, yeah. Where you needed friendship at night, so same concept.
Yeah.
in order to try and help with being able to find Pokemon, Elliot had released his Starly and had it go up to kind of look around. It seemed like this route was pretty heavy with Drillburs and Rhyhorns because you guys encountered a couple more of those, as well as 2 EVs. This encounter, Elliot decided to battle an EV, helping Alyssa because she wanted to catch one, and Firestarter Jan opted to catch the other EV. Once again, the fights weren't too crazy, but the training off of this ended up being enough for a couple of evolutions. So both Lissa and Firestarter Jan managed to catch the EVs. Firestarter Jan ended up having to dump, I think, 4 or 5 Pokeballs in order to catch that EV.
Yeah,
Even made a comment
perfect
saying that
picking.
she would owe everybody Pokeballs, because I think you guys will have to wait till Ellie gets in to confirm what your guys' quantity is, but I think you're in single-digit territory on the number of Pokeballs in your inventory. So
I think so.
But Poplio managed to evolve. I think it was actually off of the first set of encounters into Brione, and Elliot's Timino ended up getting enough victories as well to evolve into Electric. Following this set of encounters, you guys had continued on the route, but it was starting to get later in the day. So you guys had kind of decided to stop just before the junction to Route 102, which, if you guys pull up the map, that's the one that goes up into the mountains. So you're about 1 route away from the first gym. And it had ended with Elliot starting to make some food for everybody. There was some training before that, sorry. Elliot had worked with his Electric while Lissa was working with her Brione as far as like testing out electric type moves. Essentially, he was electrifying the water attacks that Brione was throwing out, which allowed him to pick up Spark because it was a successful training session. And similarly, Brione had used this training session as a means of being able to pick up Baby Doll Eyes as another move. Firestarter Jan had worked with Finny at this point, trying to pick up a fire type move, and if I'm not mistaken, this was enough to get Finny up to beginner rank as well as learn Ember.
Yep, she knows Ember.
One other note, not necessarily relevant to the recap, but if your Pokemon does not have a certain amount of victories associated with it for its evolution or its previous evolution, over leveling will be default to 15 victories, but otherwise you'll look at the previous evolution, how many victories it took to evolve, and that's how many you need in order to do the whole over leveling. It's not relevant for a while, but if you guys remember, over leveling basically means if it had enough victories to evolve, you can choose to not have it evolve, and it basically can learn a move of a higher tier than it's currently at. So like, it's at beginner rank, it can learn an amateur rank move. You can only have one of those at any given time, but it basically allows, like, in-game, like if you have a fully evolved Charizard and you want to learn a move higher rank without having to rank up at the time, that's how you basically overlevel it. Basically, like if you were Ash Ketchum and you never evolve your Pikachu, this is kind of like a method for you to be able to make that base level Pikachu better than everything else. But you guys are currently, you've done your training sessions for the day. It's like 7 or 8 p.m. in the evening, and you guys had kind of just stopped for dinner, and that is where we're picking up. So I'll hand it over to you guys.
in conjunction to where we're at, like we were trying to get to the next town, right?
Hmm. Yeah, you guys are
How
working.
far away are we?
You're one route away from the next town.
Okay, so not
You
too
guys
far.
are at the end of route um, or you're in. So if you look at the map, Route 3 is split um, by Route 102, and you guys are right before the junction for Route 102, and Route 102 is the one that goes up into the mountains to Wastery Pinnacle. So you guys are like a couple hours
That's-
from that junction, and then it's about I think we said it's about a day and a half, based off of the elevation change up that Route 102. So you guys have about a day and a half left to get to Wastery Pinnacle. You guys had slowed down a little bit just because you were really trying to find that fire rock or fire ground type.
That's right, we were, huh? But so far, no such luck.
Not yet.
Well, should we keep trekking along? I really would hate to find that fire ground type Pokemon with what's Tucker's character's name?
Elliot.
Yeah, Elliot. I'd really hate to find it without him, especially while he's stuck in a barrel.
Yeah, he's like digging through Brogy's like supplies to try and make dinner um, with your guys' camp stove at the moment. So if you guys are wanting to
Is
like,
it?
it's like 5 or 6 p.m., but it's the summertime, so like it's one of those you guys still have a few hours of daylight. So like if
Okay.
you're wanting to search for some more Pokemon, we could definitely fit that into the day.
Yeah, while everybody's cooking food and stuff, why don't we see what's in the area? Are you good with that, Lisa?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Got to test out this new Ember move as she cracks her knuckles. I was gonna say my mic better not be on mute. My last stream, I don't know how long my mic was on mute for.
No, you're good. I was rolling for Pokemon. Okay, so as you guys go to look, there are a Drillbur, a Rhyhorn, and an Eevee that you guys can see a little bit further down the route. Now, if you are going to invest a little bit more time in the search than just kind of a cursory glance, what I can do is roll these to increase the chance of the rarity. Basically just means instead of it being like an hour or so that you guys kind of go look, you're committing to like all the way until it gets dark, so you're committing like 3 hours of searching. It just means effectively I'd roll these like I would for Call of Cthulhu, where I'd roll it with the bonus die and take the lower percentage, which are the
Okay.
higher rarity Pokemon.
You see a glint in Firestarter Jan's eyes as she eyeballs the Eevee. Gears are kind of turning in her head, and she shakes off. She's like, "No, we don't need an army of Eevees.
Well, she
Do
keeps
you
firing.
want to? Do you want to catch anything while we're here, Lissa?"
Well, see, I've got a full party right now, so
So just
Do you
like
have more
in the
Pokemon than I do?
yes,
I have the. I sure do.
so just like the anime and in the games, if you catch over your 6, it will give you a prompt asking if you would like to swap out a Pokemon, or it will automatically distribute it back at Professor Igneous's storage facility. So catching more than what you currently have isn't an issue. Then you just have the problem of now needing to track which ones you have but aren't currently in your party.
Firestarter Jan kind of kicks at the ground, like she clearly upset that you have more Pokemon than her. Well, is there anything else here that you would like to catch, or should we go look for something more fiery?
We could go look for something else, and we could try to find something more fiery for you.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to roll these ones at advantage. Well, I say advantage. So, as you guys keep moving on, you end up seeing a couple more drill burrs. And at this point, you're starting to get exasperated because you're like, how the fuck is it that I'm only seeing drill burrs? But behind one of the larger rocks, you see a faint sort of red glow as it's starting. And as you get closer, you can see that there's steam as some of the rocks are melting. And as you turn the corner, you can see that camel-looking humpback creature that you had been promised by the old lady at the way station.
Well, I guess Elliot's just gonna have to miss out. There's like fire in her eyes.
Okay. So I take it for sure that Firestarter Jan is wanting to encounter this Pokemon. Do either of you want to open up your Pokedex?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay. As you open up the Pokedex, I'm sure Firestarter Jan, you are already familiar with it as far as meta knowledge goes. But what you get is you would see that this Pokemon is called Numel. It is a fire ground type. Its height is 0.7 meters or 2
What?
feet 4 inches.
What number is it?
Should probably pull it up. I haven't had to have the Pokedex in a little while. Did you guys get the right numbers for Eevee?
God, I hope so. 59?
Yep, 59's right. Cool. Nubel's a pretty nice number. It's 69. Did you get that?
You said 69?
Yep.
Ayo.
That's what happens whenever you come after Eevee and there's 15 fucking evolutions for it. I guess that's 9 evolutions for Eevee.
Okay, can you go back over what the Pokédex says for Numel?
Yeah, so it's is 0.7 meters tall or 2 feet 4 inches. Its weight is 24 kilograms or 52 pounds. It's referred to as the numb Pokemon. An incredibly dim-witted Pokemon. They don't notice being hit. If they get hungry, they faint. Numel's body is a cauldron of boiling magma. In rainy days, the magma cools and its speed is lowered.
Just so interesting for what this Pokemon looks like, you know?
Yeah, have you seen? I mean, you're familiar with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you aware of which one this is, Alyssa? Or Alyssa?
Not a clue.
Here, I can drop a picture.
He's kind of a derpy little camel guy.
That he definitely... Oh, there he is.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Firestarter Jan is going through her mind of like, oh, what would be the ultimate combination here to take it down?
Okay. Alyssa, what are you focusing on? Are you assisting with the numal, or are you attacking one of the drill burrs?
I'll go ahead and attack one of the drill burrs. Not to
Leave me
catch.
on my own.
Not to
I mean,
catch,
if
to kill.
do you want help?
Nope, that's fine. You want to go catch your go focus on another triple, go focus on a triple. I will get this Pokemon as more fire rages from her eyes.
Okay, what are you guys throwing out?
Oh god. How many can we technically throw out?
You guys are beginner rank. Well, technically you can throw all of them out. You can only effectively command 2 at the same time.
2. That's what I thought. Alright, she's gonna throw out Finny, and we are also... Jeez, no, Munchlax is gonna fucking kill it.
So you said you're throwing out which one?
Yeah, we're gonna throw out Finny. We are also for shits and giggles. You know, we're gonna throw out one of our Eevees.
Copycat.
Oh, is that what you're throwing out? At Eevee?
I would throw out my Eevee and my Brione.
Shit, your Brione will probably one-shot.
Probably at
Okay,
this point.
what are your guys' dexes? Or your initiative scores?
Finnekin's initiative is a 3, and my Eevee's, wow, I did this horribly. What did I do here? Is a 5.
Nice. Okay, so in that encounter, it will be Eevee, Finny, then Numal. For the other one, what is your Eevee and Brione's initiative scores?
Eevee is 3. Brione is 2.
Okay, we'll do a quick roll off between the Drillbur and Eevee. That's a 5 for Drillbur.
That was a 1 for Eevee.
Okay, so we'll go Drillbur, Eevee, Brione for that encounter. Okay, so starting us off, we'll go ahead with Firestarter Jan's Eevee.
Firestarter Jan is looking at this Numal. She's like, okay, Eevee. Even though you don't know any fire-type moves. Yet. Hit it. Strong and hard. Let's go strength.
Okay. Do you need that one?
I do, because we don't get to play this one so often, so I always get it confused on mechanics.
Yeah.
Because on my paper it says strength, power 3, the dice pool is strength plus 3, so...
Yeah, so the dice pools, once you've hit... did it have in there what was it before that?
Power is 3.
Oh, okay. Because we need the accuracy. So I'm gonna, once I get to it here in the cool rulebook, I will. Drop it. Chat. Unfortunately, strength is a very fucking common word in the core rulebook, so.
So doing Control F isn't helping.
There's almost 1,600 instances of the word strength
Oh,
in here because it's used to describe most of the moves. Almost there. So accuracy is strength plus brawl.
Strength plus brawl. So let's see. So that's just 2. So I'm just rolling 2 dice, right?
Yeah, but remember, you only need 1 success to hit, assuming the creature doesn't try to evade or clash.
And 4 and above is a success. That's 2 successes.
Okay, go ahead and roll me your damage.
Let's see. What does it say damage is? Strength plus 3. Oh god,
So
I'm
you're
gonna kill it.
You're gonna roll three dice plus your strength score.
Yeah, so that's a total of 5. Hang on 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Likely
But
I
now,
have-
granted, that's maximum would be 5 damage, but it's also minus whatever its defense score is, right?
Whoa. This is why it pays to have multiple sets of dice just laying around.
Especially this one, you need like 15 d6s.
I know. I was like, why do you have so much dice? I'm like, because you don't understand. One more. Yeah, we'll do those ones. Okay, are we looking for total number or successes?
Number of successes.
That would be 3.
Okay, so 3 minus its defense score, it will take 1. But a decent hit. You can just tell that this is a little bit stouter Pokemons. That will bring us to Finnegan, or Finny.
Alright. Oh, excuse me, Finnegan. I don't think we can fight fire with fire. Let's go ahead and hit it with a scratch attack.
Go. So this one's also Dex plus Brawl. That's typically the standard for most attack, like physical attack moves. But if you need the particulars, there's the snip for that one.
Okay. Let's press brawl. That gives me at least 4. We have 3 successes.
Okay, go ahead and roll me
Strength plus
damage.
Shit. Strength 1, 2, 3, 4. Her strength is maxed out plus 2. Okay, I'm gonna have to roll another one. We have 1 success.
Okay, so it'll take 1 damage. It is still looking pretty sturdy. Borderline roughed up, but not quite there. It will kind of like lazily sort of turn to the 2 Pokemon that have been attacking it, and it will sort of like stomp, like the dinosaur stomps, where it's like all of the legs kind of stomp, sending out a ripple as it uses magnitude.
Oh shit.
But it does not connect, which will bring us to the Drillbur. The Drillbur will attempt a Mud Slap. One success. It's using the Mud Slap on Eevee. Is Eevee trying to evade or clash?
I will attempt to clash.
Okay. You only need one success.
And how many dice do we roll for that?
Your clash is going to be based off of your clash score plus either strength, or sorry, either dex or insight, depending on what, or dex or special, depending on which type of move you're using. So, because basically you're declaring what type of move you're clashing with, and it determines whether or not you're using special or special or strength. So strength for physical attacks, so that would be like your tackle, scratch, that type of stuff. If you're using a special move, then you would use special instead.
Okay, I will use my tackle to clash.
Okay.
That was one success.
Okay. That ends up being successful. Evie will take 1 damage from it, but the drill bore also takes 1. Which will bring us to the Evie. And basically you'll see that Evie manages to kind of like hit the mud slap in such a way that like it hits her, but it also splashes back into the drill bore. It is now Evie's turn. Anything you do with Evie will require 2 successes at a minimum.
Okay. I will go ahead and use tackle on it. And how do I figure out how many to roll on the attack?
Tackle is brawl plus dex for your accuracy. But I could give you the numbers here in just a sec.
I have it, and that would be 4 successes.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll me your damage. Your damage is going to be strength plus whatever the move's power, which I think tackles either 1 or 2.
And that's 3 successes.
Okay. So the Drover will take 1. It's kind of looking like the Numo at the moment, where it's like borderline looking rough, which will bring us to Brione.
We will have Brione use her new attack, the baby doll eyes.
Okay. Let me finish grabbing this one.
Okay.
Okay, so your accuracy on this one's cute plus allure. And what this is going to do is, if it's successful, is it's going to reduce Drillbur's strength. I guess technically you should have told me it's fine because Drillbur hasn't gone yet. Or Drillbur ended up clashing, so it didn't matter, but it would have lowered the potential damage you could put out.
That's 1 success.
Okay, 1 success is all you needed, so Drillbur's strength is reduced by 1. One thing to keep in mind, so if you want to use that one in the future, call it out early, because that one's a priority move, which means it always goes first unless someone else is using a priority move and they have a higher initiative score. Just like in regular Pokemon games, there's certain moves that always go first if you use them. So.
Okay.
Okay, that's the end of that round. Is anybody wanting to act the second time, or do we want to go to the next round?
What can you do for a second action?
You could do any of your actions again. You just need increased amounts of successes in order for it to happen. So instead of it being
Right,
a
that's
baseline
right.
1 success, it's now 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have them attack again.
Okay. So go
Um,
ahead. Evie was first. 2 successes for anything you would like to do with Evie.
We're gonna just tackle with Evie.
Okay, go
And
ahead.
that's my Dex plus.
Yeah, it's in the chat. Dex plus Brawl for accuracy.
Dex
Basically,
plus
I've just
Brawl.
been dropping them as you guys have used the moves, so that they're there for you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. That gives me 4. Oh, nope. All fails.
Okay. The Nubel manages with that magnitude it did it. It kind of like just creates enough of like a disturbance with the ground around it that he's just struggling to kind of move around on it. That will bring us to your Finny if they're wanting to act at the same time.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold up. Let me look at something real quick. I guess I really wouldn't know how resistant they are, or would I? I guess they would just be basically resistant, or like basic resistance.
You could roll a. I think it's either a lore or a clever. Lore will get you more detail, but clever will give you like a basic overview if you're wanting to see how well Firestarter Jan would know type rules.
What is my? Yeah, we'll go. We'll just try that on. Nope.
Yep.
Yep, she doesn't know shit.
Yeah, it's one of those. She's going off of sort of just like basic understanding. So like it's fire ground type because the Pokedex told you, and there's like an inkling of like, well, fire versus fire is probably not great, but you can't remember what things ground do.
Right.
So you can't remember how
Right.
that interplays with it.
No,
And you're not even confident that fire necessarily is a resistance. There's just like an inkling of like you don't fight fire with fire, like the colloquialism.
yeah, we're just gonna do another scratch attack.
Okay.
Wow! Oh, really? Only 1 success.
Unfortunately, because of the magnitude and having to kind of like sidestep the initial attack, Fiddy's just not able to like reposition and get in for a scratch this round, at least right now. That will. Listen, did you want to act a second time during this round with any of your Pokemon?
Yes, I'm gonna have Brione use water gun.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead and roll me. Once again, you'll need 2 successes, but other than that, no issues.
What do I need to roll for water gun?
Water gun. Should be. I think it's Dex plus channel. Yep, Dex plus channel.
I would be 0 successes.
Okay. It's one of those, the Drillbur kind of like burrows back down a little bit as the round comes to an end. kind of avoiding it. Anything from your Eevee. Eevee would need 3 successes.
No, not from Eevee this time.
Okay, back to the top of the round with Firestarter Jan's Eevee.
Yep, she's gonna do another strength attack.
Okay, go
Second.
accuracy.
Four. Come on. I have 2 successes there.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll me your damage.
Did I get that right? Yeah. Yes. Damage and strength was 2. So 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. That is 2 successes.
Okay, so it'll take 1 damage. It is officially looking rough.
Oh.
That will bring us to Finny.
What does Tail Whip do in this game?
It should work just like the regular game, which I think lowers
Yeah, we're gonna have Finny do a Tail Whip then.
It's cute plus perform for your accuracy.
Cute plus perform. Cute.
And what's neat about this one is it affects all enemy.
Well, this is gonna be bad. So it's cute plus perform for accuracy. Nope.
And it's one of those, it shakes its ass a little bit. But
Finny's just out there twerking.
The Nooble doesn't really make eye contact, and the drill bur's focused on its own fight, so it just doesn't have any effect on either. That will bring us to the Nooble. It's going to attempt a magnitude again, which is successful. And specifically, it's targeting Eevee.
And
You can
we evade?
potentially evade or clash. You will need 2 successes because this would be the second action for Eevee this round.
okay. And so with evasion, I just take that number that's in evasion, right?
The one that's on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just attempt an evasion. We have 4 successes.
Nice. It's one of those EVCs, the like ripple in the ground coming towards it, and it manages to hop off to the side as it kind of erupts right underneath it, just narrowly avoiding the attack, which is good because magnitude works just like metronome, where I roll a dice to see how many I get to roll. That will bring us to the Drillbur. It's going to attempt a Mud Slap again. That's 1 success. And the Mud Slap would have been on Brione. That's who had tried to attack it last.
I'll try to evade it.
Okay. You only need 1 success, so nothing crazy.
That would be 1 success.
Perfect. As the Mud Slap come in, Brione kind of shoots it out of the sky. That will bring us to your
Alright. I will have Eevee do Tail Whip.
Perfect.
a 1 success.
Perfect. And that will affect both the Numel and the Drillbur. Both having their defense lowered. That will bring us to Brione. She will need 2 successes.
We will use Water Gun. With 2 successes.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll me your damage.
Well, considering the fact all 4 were 1s,
And you should be rolling 1 extra for super effective and 1 extra for stab.
I knew that. That'd be 2 successes then.
Okay. Still only doing 1 damage, but you can see that it definitely is not liking the bath that it's getting. It is officially looking rough. Anybody wanting to act a second time?
Yep. Evie's going to attempt the tail whip.
Okay.
How many successes will she need?
2. It's her second action this round.
That is only 1 success.
Okay. Unable to lower it. As Evie's attempting it too, you notice that it doesn't seem like it would have had much effect if it had been successful. Meta-wise, you can't have a defense or a special defense score lower than 1. Anything for your fitting?
No.
Okay. Anything for you, Alyssa, that you would like to go again?
Nope.
Okay. Back to the top of the round with Firestarter Jan and Evie.
Can we throw a Pokeball?
You can. It is a beginner rank Pokemon. So you need 4 successes. A standard Pokeball has 6 dice that you get to throw. Or standard Pokeball has 4. You have 5 to throw because it is currently in the yellow.
Okay, so 5 dice in total.
5, and you need 4 successes.
Oh, are you kidding me? I only got 3.
The Nubo kind of like looks at you dumbly as the Pokeball hits it in the head, and it's one of those. It kind of like pulls it in, and then before the balls even hit the ground, it pops it back out. It seems like the Nubo's just got a little bit too much vitality, despite it being a slower moving creature.
Right.
That will bring us over to Lissa. The Drillbur will attempt another Mud Slap. Oh, you know what? You clashed with it last time successfully.
Evaded is what I did last
Oh,
time.
you evaded? Okay, cool. I did not mess that up then. It has 4 successes.
Which one?
Brione.
How many? So if they got 4 successes, how many would I have to get?
4.
Yeah, that's not happening. So.
You're only taking. The Brione is only taking 1 damage.
Okay.
And then its accuracy is lowered by 1 as well.
Okay.
Which will bring us to your.
We'll use strength.
Okay.
On. Let's see. Which is strength plus. That'd be 0 successes.
The drillber's kind of using the tactics of like kind of popping in and out of burrows, so it's fairly difficult to kind of like pin it down, which is why the strength just isn't able to connect. That will bring us to your Brione though.
Brione will use water gun again. That's 3 successes.
Okay, go ahead and roll me your damage. Remember the 2 extra dice for the stab and super effective.
That's 3 successes.
So it will still take only 1 damage, but it is officially on death's door. Anybody trying to do a second thing this round?
Yeah, I'm gonna have Benny do another tackle.
I know that technically Finnegan didn't act, but because you threw a Pokeball, it will still be 2 successes.
Right. Let's see. Let's roll. Ooh, are you fucking kidding me? Only 1 success.
Yeah, Finny's just having trouble kind of like working around the ruptures that have been created by the Nooble from the handful of magnitudes it's used.
Can we have Eevee do a tackle?
Okay. Same thing. Just need 2 successes.
Gives me the same number. You know what? You dice are bad. You go away. We're gonna try a different set. One success.
Yeah, but both of them, they both have that like little fox nature in them, and they're both struggling with all the rubble that's kind of like been thrown up by this people. Anything acting twice for you, Alyssa?
Yeah, I'll have my Brione use water gun again.
Okay, 2 successes. Otherwise, you're good to go.
That'd be 2 successes.
Okay, go ahead and roll me your damage.
Four successes.
A little bit of overkill here, since it took 2 after its defenses, but you're able to finish off this Jolder.
So it just falls to the ground.
Basically, it kind of like took a little too much water, but it scurries back into its burrow to rest after that. All of you can mark Alt for the 4 Pokemon that are out a victory. That will bring us to the top of the round.
Okay, 1 second. Where do I put victories at?
Wherever you're tracking it, there's a total victories kind of in the middle of the sheet underneath your nature.
Yeah.
But you also
I
need to
see it.
keep track of it by evolution, because it's a certain amount for each evolutionary stage. I don't think that's a problem for you yet, first Firestarter yet, but
And Eevee will get a victory. Okay. Finny, one more time, is going to attempt a scratch.
okay, go ahead and roll me your accuracy.
Two, 4, 6. I can count. 1, 2, 3. That is 3 successes.
Perfect, go ahead and roll me your damage.
2 4. These 2. Eesh. It's, none of them.
Well, it does a minimum of 1, and it's probably for the best that you didn't do more than that because it is officially
Yeah,
a
that's-
store.
Okay, that's kind of what I was hoping for. And then, oh wait, that was Eevee, right? Yep.
Anything from Finny.
For like a second attack? Spinny
Well-
already went.
Oh, Eevee technically goes first, but if your Eevee hasn't acted, you'd like to do something with your Eevee, you're more than welcome to.
Oh yeah, that's right. Eevee's gonna attempt a tail whip. 2 plus perform. God, this. I like this dice tower, but trying to pick them up out of there is ridiculous. Nope.
Okay. Lissa, anything from your Pokemon, or are they just kind of on standby?
They're just on standby for now.
Okay. Anything? Oh, I guess the new mole will make an attempt for a magnitude, but it does not connect. Anything for second round? Okay, top
No.
of the rounds. Pokeball. Okay, you have 6. You need 4.
I swear to God, this I will dig through the goblin bag and get different ones. I swear to fuck. 1, 2. Are you fucking kidding me? That's only 2.
You see the new will kind of like slowly whip its head to knock the Pokeball away as it attempts another magnitude on Fennekin, which has 1 success. Eevee will need 2 in order to evade or clash.
Yeah, we're gonna have to clash.
Okay.
No, we won't. No. My dice will be nice, right? They'll be nice. They'll be nice, right? Nope. That was 1 success on an evasion. Oh shit is right.
So I rolled the 6 on the how many you get to roll plus strength. Although it did fucking terrible with that. That's 1. That's 2 minus whatever your defense is. Minimum of 1. And that's specifically on Fennekin. So I assume that your Fennekin's only taking 1.
Where is defense?
It will be on the right above your rank. If you don't have it filled in, defense is equal to your vitality.
Yeah, so it says defense 1, special defense 2.
Yep. So you were going to take 2 minus 1, so you'll take 1.
Okay, apparently, I'm trying to remember what Finny's hit points are supposed to be at, because now Finny's down to 1 hit point.
That sounds right, actually. You guys haven't rested today. I mean, you made camp, but you didn't. It's every 8 hours you guys heal. Shit, I wrote it down.
Unless we get to like a Pokemon Center, right?
Pokemon Center, you guys do heal naturally. It's just a little bit slower. It's every 8 hours. I think you heal 1 HP. Yeah, healing is 1 HP every 8 hours. But since you guys haven't like spent time not battling today, aside from like walking on the trail, Fennekin hasn't really had a chance to heal up, and yeah, I'm showing she took 2 damage. Double check that you increased your HP from the rank up to beginner. Where did you put your points? Did you put any into vitality?
Good question. No, I didn't.
Okay. Then your HP's the same. So.
What is her starting HP? Is it 2?
It's your vitality plus the base HP for the Pokemon. So I think Finnegan's 4, which is why there's only 1 HP.
That sounds right.
So
I think
her base HP is probably 2, and then you have 2 points of vitality, or it's base HP is 3 and you have 1 point of vitality, one or the other.
Yeah. Okay.
Which, whenever it evolves, it should beef up a little bit after that. But you're close. You only need 5 more. Okay, that was a little bit of a tangent there. Any second action you would like to make, or back to the top of the round?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
No.
So back to the top.
Yep.
You've got 6. You need 4.
Firestarter Jan looks at her Pokeball, gives it a little kiss, tosses it. 2, 4. Please, for the love of God. That would be 3.
Yeah, the Nubal's fighting off as best as it can at this point.
Question.
Uh-huh.
Can I throw a Pokeball, try to catch it, and then give it to Firestarter Jan if I do catch it?
That is 100% up to you. There is nothing that says you can't throw a Pokeball as well. Technically,
Okay,
it'll belong to you, and you will get to transfer it afterwards.
Hold on. I have ideas. I don't have ideas. I do have ideas. I have ideas.
Okay. While Firestarter Jan is contemplating, Lissa, what would you like to do?
So I'll just sit on standby for now.
You hear her muttering, I have ideas!
I'll put the Pokeball back down and be like, all right, you do you.
Okay, Firestarter Jan, what is it you would like to do?
I would
think
like
I know,
to
but...
I would like to retract Finny and send out Dynamo.
Okay. The only downside to this is Finnegan will not get the XP for catching or defeating the Nubal.
I know.
Okay. Timino is out. You will not be able to act this round because it's, just throughout the Pokeball. But,
Yeah.
do you want to do anything with Eevee before we go back up to the top of the round?
Yeah, Eevee's gonna try a tail whip again. Come on. I'm getting in the goblin bag.
I mean, by all means, Eevee can keep doing it. Meta-wise, the Nubal's defense is as low as it goes, and it's not a status effect. So, like, it's literally just shaking its ass to shake its ass.
Good, yep. Okay. If she did it as a second action, she would need 2 successes? Go, dice, go. Nope, that's only 1 success. Feel free to go to the top of the round.
We are at the top of the round. Your Eevee would still be first, followed by Timino.
Yeah, I'm getting out more d6s. You know what we're gonna do? Evie's gonna do another tail whip because we don't want to kill this thing. No, that would be a fail on that tail whip.
Okay.
Bad.
What is your Timino doing?
Timino! My glorious little fish, as she tries to pep talk it. I need you to do the most glorious thing that you can do! And I need you to do a thunder wave! Successfully!
Okay, go ahead and roll me your accuracy. Insight plus nature.
Okay. Alright, which one of you is gonna do it? Like, please, for the love of everything. 0 successes.
It shoots it out. The Nooble just narrowly evades it. It's going to retaliate with a magnitude, which is successful, but your Timino has the ability levitate, which means it is immune to ground type moves.
Like, haha, take that!
Any second action this round?
Yep, sure, we're gonna try I hate everything. That's only 1 success on that.
Okay. That will bring us back to the top of the round with Evie.
Alright, Evie. How about we do a tail whip?
I'm not feeling it.
Evie's not failing either. She's just leveling up her twerking skills is what she's doing.
So the entire time, Firestarter Jan is trying to catch this Pokemon. Alyssa's now just sitting on the ground, just playing with Brione.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is Lissa wanting to interject at this point? Like, she had pulled out the Pokeball. Does she want to throw it just to throw it at this point?
Knowing that Firestarter Jan wants it, she's very tempted to throw it just to fuck with her now. But she's gonna hold off for another round and see if,
Okay.
anything will happen.
That'll bring us to Timino.
No. Do your thunder wave.
Elliot might be able to get some
beautiful.
fucking Nooble.
Beautiful fish. Ah! Nope.
The Nooble will, seeing as that attack was not successful, it is going to switch gears and will use Ember. Which is successful, is Timino trying to evade or flash.
Yeah, let's clash with the tackle.
Are you sure?
No. Not when you say it like that.
I mean, I'll kindly remind you this Nooble is on death's door.
You are correct, sir. Tina, what do I need to get to evade?
It only had 1 success. You need 2 because Timino already acted. Which also means if you wanted to act the second time, you would then need 3 4.
Yep, nope, that's not happening.
Tybodo's only taking 1 fire damage.
Okay, that's not too bad. Tanamo's still hanging in there.
Perfect. Any second round, or second during this round?
Yeah, just for shits and giggles. I might as well see what happens. Something could happen this time. You never know. Hey, Tanamo, why don't you do another thunder wave? Damn it. Nope, that's not gonna work. Hey, Evie, why don't you go ahead and do another tail whip? Let's see if that works. Nope, that doesn't work either. Just still twerking your ass off.
Lisa's now rolling her eyes at how long this is taking, and she's gonna call a Firestarter Jan and be like, "Would you hurry this up before I use Brione on it?"
I'm gonna throw a Pokeball at you if you don't knock it off.
No, you finish this.
Okay, we're at the top of the round.
Yeah, we're just gonna go for it. We're
Perfect.
just at this point. We're just gonna go for it.
You
And
have
like
6, you need 4.
she like speedballs this fucking Pokeball. She is throwing it with all of her might. I don't even know. It doesn't even matter. All of them are rolling like shit. It doesn't even matter. 2, 4, 6. Cool. Oh, I got 4!
Oh, there it is.
Tap time.
All right. You see the Pokeball hit this creature as it nonchalantly sort of like looks up into the light as the Pokeball closes. It does take a few shakes before it officially stabilizes, and you will get the numeral in your inventory. This one has Simple, which I'll drop here in a minute. It knows Growl, Tackle, Ember, and Magnitude. It has a Gentle Nature. The only difference between what I'm dropping in here is its Happiness and Loyalty are only 1 bubble because you had to get it into the red in order to catch it.
Try to repeat that. What did you say about being in the red and catching it?
The Happiness and Loyalty are only 1 bubble. Basically, it's lower happiness and loyalty because you had to get into the red. And here's what Simple means for the Pokemon. So it's easily swayed, which means if an attribute is reduced, reduce it by 1 more. If it's increased by 1. So basically, like whenever you do ability increases or decreases, it increases by 1 additional. So like if it gets hit with a tail whip, it actually decreases it by 2 versus by 1. All right. Why don't we take a quick 5-10 minute break so I can go check on the kiddos since I am working single dad ops this weekend. And then so we'll be back at, let's just call it a 9-10. And then we'll see how we finish up with the route and everything. I'm glad, Elliot, you were able to join. Do you need any additional recap?
I think I'm pretty solid.
Okay.
So, like last session, we had done some exploring, mostly to go catch a couple more Drillbur. Elliot had caught a Rhyhorn, and we had done a couple of battles. My Tynamo evolved into an electric,
Leo evolved into Brione.
Yep.
We caught a couple EVs, 3 total for the party, 2 for Firestarter Jan, 1 for Lissa.
We found out that the dragon scale can be used on the Eevee in this region, but didn't want to give it to her because there were plans about shoving that dragon scale up an ass.
And technically Colin's holding on to it. Plus Firestarter Jan's interested in an Umbreon, so.
And that was never a definitive plan. I'm just saying.
I don't know. I remember you saying it a few times.
That was word for word. The video's live. Things that I had pointed out meta-wise, if you're over-leveling, and it probably won't be a thing for a little bit, but if your Pokemon is max level, the rulebook doesn't have like how many victories you need before you would get the evolution light, essentially. So I defaulted it to the previous stages number of required victories, or a minimum of 15, depending on the case. So like Snorlax is based off of happiness to evolve, so like it would be 15 victories to be able to overlevel it, which you can only do once per rank, essentially. But
can we meta-wise know what rank each of the gyms are at? Or would we have to go to the towns to find out? Because on a meta level, I don't want to overlevel the gyms.
if I'm not mistaken, Elliot, and I'm going to just give it to you because I could have swore Elliot had done research before you guys left Gelfast.
I think
to
so,
get a
yeah.
gauge. So you know that Wastery Pinnacle and Sip Sail both are beginner rank gyms. So you could go either or, is kind of the intent. So you guys needed to level up to at least beginner. And to be honest, you guys can't get amateur rank until you defeat your first gym. So
Okay. All right, cool.
because I think there's a couple of you that are down to just needing to win your first badge.
As a trainer, I think so.
Yeah. Your Pokemon might take a little bit more to get to amateur rank, but that's training sessions, which takes a little bit more time. And I think a handful of you have starter rank Pokemon as
Yeah.
still, but that also takes time because you can only do one training session per day.
Yeah, if Elliot is successful in the gym battle, Elliot will be amateur rank.
Yeah, I think it's you and I want to say Lissa might only need that. It's that or Lissa on Firestarter Jan need to increase happiness or loyalty one time with the Pokemon in order to get there. Which I want to say it was 2 successful training sessions with the Pokemon, and then it increments like with a bell curve essentially, or it might have been 4. I can't remember. Outside of that, how we're gonna rejoin everybody is having caught the new mole. Firestarter Jan and Lissa make their way back to where you guys had set up camp, where Elliot's meal has been setting for a couple hours, because you guys had basically dedicated 3 full hours of trying to catch this fucking new mole.
As Firestarter Jan comes walking up to the camp, you see that she's tossing a Pokeball in her hand. She goes, "Guess what I caught? Guess what I caught?" Can you guess? Can you guess? Can you guess what's inside of it, Elliot? Here, let me show you. She tosses it and sends out Numel.
Okay. This is messed up on a few different levels, okay?
I'm nicknaming it Numa Numa.
Munch. As like both of your guys' plates are like half full at this point.
Look, you've upset Munchmax.
Munchmax looks
She
like
looks
he's
over at you,
pretty happy.
Elliot. Munch.
Numa.
Mhm.
Is that just what its cry is? You've just named it what it, like, says?
Well, I had this dumb song stuck in my head, and I wasn't going to call it Maya He, so it became Numa Numa.
That's like catching a Pikachu and calling it Pita.
And I don't understand the problem there.
I'm just upset, okay? We have to find another one now.
Well, that took me 3 hours and a lot of dice rolls.
Yeah, because you're a C tier trainer at best.
She retracts Numa and picks up Finnegan, puts her on her shoulder. You're just upset, and that's okay. You don't mean what you say.
I do mean what I say. I challenge you to a Pokemon battle.
Can it, listen. Can we hit a Pokemon Center first?
I was gonna say her Finnegan's at 1 HP. The Numa she just caught at 1 HP. The Eevees that she caught, I think, are actually all at 1 HP as well. Because she hasn't healed any of them after catching them.
Just know, a rival battle is imminent.
I look forward to it, and I can't wait to just burn you up.
Yeah, with all of your normal types against my Rhyhorn. Okay.
Listen, my EVs are only normal type for right now.
Listen, what do you think of all this?
She was there. She helped.
I did not help. I sat by, rolling my eyes while you took forever and kept wasting Pokeballs trying to catch it.
It was emotional support. She helped.
I was doing my own thing, and then was just sitting there after because you were taking forever.
Elliot would like to pull out. Elliot would like to pull out his town map to see how close we are in proximity to Delphast. No, Delphast was the last town.
Yeah, so if you pull out the map and you look at it, so it's in the region documents a little bit further back. You guys started in Gelfast, you made your way down Route 101, you hit the junction there where the way station was, and started heading east on Route 3. You guys are about an hour and a half, 2 hours from the junction there at Route 3 to go towards Route 102 up to Wastery Pinnacle. Basically what you got briefed is you have about a day and a half left. The rest of this trip is going to be a little bit more tiring just because it's the heaviest part of elevation change is going to happen on Route 102.
Okay. Let's see. We have... How many Pokeballs did you use?
4. But it only took the 1 to catch it.
Okay, so we have 5 Pokeballs. But we don't have any potions. And
I have potions.
How many?
I have 7 of them.
Okay.
I'm gonna add 7 just as the party fund.
Yeah.
Is there any other items that we have?
Yeah. At
hold
one point, Elliot was tracking all of the party equipment, and his sheets got lost. So that's why.
Let me
All right, so let's do a quick inventory check so I can get back to a copacetic state of mind. So we have town maps, fishing rod, camp stove. I have 3 paralyzed heals, 5 Pokeballs, a camera, soft sand, and 7 potions. Is there any more items that you guys have?
So in my inventory, I have 7 potions, 3 paralyzed heal. I wonder if this is all just overall inventory, but I have at least 7 potions in here that weren't accounted for.
That sounds right. I don't think you guys have used any.
Yeah.
You've used some berries. Right. I think you guys might legit actually be out of berries. But
yeah, I think Elliot used a few. Okay, so heal up with some potions. I think we gotta try to just make it to town.
On the healing part, every 8 hours where you're not actively battling, you heal 1 HP, and that's across all Pokemon and players as well. So that's the rate of healing. So technically, you could heal 3 HP a day, but that's no battling at all. If you battle, that 8 hour is basically lost, essentially.
I think I can hold off on potions for now unless we encounter any battles. You know, we'll pregame.
Okay.
Everybody else is in their Pokeballs, and Fiddy can just get into my backpack.
We just haven't been to a town in a while, and maybe, Lissa, what does your Pokemon look like? Are you looking low on health, or?
Yeah, mine are low as well.
Is there a general currency? Because I don't
The
think
Zinni.
I have the Zinni.
Zinni? I don't remember how much you guys had after.
I don't know if we were collecting this, but I have 290.
That sounds right. I think that's what you guys you guys had put your funds together to buy stuff, and that's I think how much everybody had left after. And I don't think anybody's bought anything since that initial purchase.
But we also haven't fought any trainers either.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, I've mentioned it. You guys can seek out trainers on the routes to collect additional Zinni, which might be important before you get to Gelfast, so that you can actually buy items.
I would like to, I would like to try to head to the town, Wayfast Station. Is that what it is?
Waste 3 Pinnacle.
Waste 3 Pinnacle, and fight some trainers along the way, and I want to keep an eye out for a hard stone.
Okay. So right now it's
do?
about 9 p.m. It's summertime, so it's like just now hitting dusk. I'll let you guys RP out the evening, kind of making your plan, and then we'll roll into the next day. Clouds are starting to kind of roll in. It's fairly calm outside of it being a little overcast as the evening comes to come in.
For Umbreon specifically, I know Elliot knows the different forms of Eevee. We've talked about it a few times, but as far as how to find the stones, in your game, because I know you do the friendship evolutions, are you having Umbreon be friendship at night or a dust stone?
So I misspoke last session, and I filled Firestarter Jan in already. You need to get Umbreon or Eevee up to Happiness 4, and then get it into Moonlight. So it's essentially the friendship at night.
Okay.
And that's the same for Espeon, just reversed. You need to be in sunlight.
I'm not sure what you guys want to do. I kind of want to see what Pokemon come out at night over here as we're getting closer to the mountains. But then I think we just head straight over to Waste 3 Pinnacle.
Hopefully first thing in the morning. And she like stretches and yawns. She's like, yeah, I am beat from, catching Numa. Ah.
Okay, so it sounds like Firestarter Jan's going to call it a night. Lissa, are you going out on this evening excursion?
Yeah, she'll join Elliot.
Yeah, that's right. Get that XP share.
Yeah, Firestarter Jan will just make her bed next to the campfire and pull Finny in for cuddles.
Bunch will kind of like look at the two groups and like kind of like shake her head. Munch, cross her arms and like follow Elliot as he goes out. Okay, so you're wanting to see. I'm gonna be honest. I don't have any different tables for day or night cycles, but
I still want to just go look in case.
okay. If you're spending a decent amount of time, what I offered was that I would roll these kind of like the Call of Cthulhu, where the higher rarity are more likely because I would take the lower percentage. Basically rolling it at advantage. But that just means more time commitment. So potentially less rest since you're going out starting at like 9. So it would basically be like potentially not getting back till midnight.
I think I'd be okay with that. Are there any detriments to having like lower amounts of sleep?
I wouldn't say. I mean, you would RP being tired, but like not like mechanically any disadvantages. Plus, the Pokemon that would actually be battling wouldn't necessarily be affected per se.
Right. And then evolution medium is a
45.
15 battle.
Medium's 15. So
Yeah,
it's
okay.
it's 5 for fast, 15 for medium, 45 for slow. Which is why your Rhyhorn has so many fucking ones.
Yep. Okay. Alright, I think I'm good. Yeah. Okay, so what is the roll? I'm sorry.
I'm rolling for the tables right now.
Oh, great. Listen, I don't know if this is immature or not, but like, I kind of don't want a Numel now that there's going to be Numa in the party.
I could see that.
But like, I'm not going to turn it down if it shows up, you know?
It's good. You did really want one.
Well, I did want one.
So
Don't let Firestarter Jan ruin that for you.
as you guys
You're right.
are making your way, Lissa could kind of point out where the Numel was encountered, to kind of like whether or not you want to retread that ground or like look in a different area. Basically, are you trying to like target an area that you knew you found a Numel, or are you worried that like you might want to avoid it to find? I'm basically just letting you RP out how you would want to approach.
Elliot will just kind of let you lead the way, not being super familiar with the area, but like, again, I'd still like to keep an eye out for a hard stone if possible.
We'll go into a different area. I'll point out where we found it, and just like for future reference, and then we can go and explore other areas.
Perfect. I've got the Pokemon you guys will encounter. For the hard stone, I want you to roll your guy. What's the statistic?
Could I have Rhyhorn out to help look?
Yes, you can. I was trying to remember. I think we were doing. Was it Insight or was it Clever? I could see an argument for nature as well.
That's the only point. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Nature is the only one that it would have. So maybe it's like kind of looking where Rhyhorn would typically like settle down as we're trying to find a place like at night where we could find them resting. Maybe we could find one there. I guess that's the idea I'm going off of for the nature roll.
Okay. Since you're using your Pokemon to kind of like working together, and I would say Munchmax is actively searching as well. Whether or not she's searching for what you want is a different story, but she's actively searching, so you can roll it with a +1, so roll an additional dice.
2 successes.
Perfect. As you're kind of like rummaging around, ultimately you don't land on a hard stone. But you do see a Great Ball that looks like it got dropped off, as well as a potion. So it looks like some trainer got over in the weeds over here with some Pokemon, and it just couldn't handle whatever it had encountered, and ended up dropping some of its supplies. And as you guys are kind of like getting closer, you see a handful of burrows, so like you can tell that there's some drill burrs nearby. Like you can't physically see them at the moment, but you could tell like if you really wanted a drill burr, there's a couple spots that you could start. Up on like a boulder, you see a little silhouette and like as it turns, you can see the eyes of like an Eevee, and then you hear a little bit of a buzzing sound, and as you kind of like look, kind of hanging upside down like on the entrance of a cave is this sort of bug-looking creature. It's hard to tell since it's starting to get dark, but it has sort of like a lighter color body with what appear to be like green wings. You do have your Pokepagers if you're wanting more assistance.
I would like to do this stealthily if I can. I try to see if I can get a scan.
Okay. Give me a stealth roll. It won't necessarily say that you. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I describing that. I jumped ahead. That's not what you saw. There is one at the entrance of the cave here, but it's a little bit darker body. Looks like a smaller bug. Sort of like a tannish color.
Okay. What? I rolled for stealth. I could only roll one die, but that was one success.
Okay. So you're able to creep a little bit closer, and the cloud sort of like shifts enough where you get a little bit of moonlight, and you're able to make out this creature specifically. And as you pull up on your Pokepager,
Bro! Hell yeah!
it will tell you that this is Trapinch. It is number 71 in the Pokedex. Its height is 0.7 meters or 2 feet 4 inches. Its weight is 15 kilograms or 33 pounds. Also known as the ant pit Pokemon. Their nest is like a bowl pit dug in sand. Trapinches wait for prey to tumble down their pit, later to be crushed between this Pokemon's jaws. Beware of them as their bite can cause serious damage. And it will tell you that it is a ground type Pokemon.
Yep. All right, Liza.
Also, you will get a ding on your Pokepager as you scan this, indicating that you have encountered all the Pokemon that occur on this route.
Okay. So, Great Balls, they give you just an additional die?
2 additional die. You have 6 minimum with a Great Ball. That's without doing anything.
Okay. Rhyhorn? In the dead of night, you are a silent steed. Go over there and stomp that guy.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me Rhyhorn Stealth. If this one's successful, you will get 1 attack without actually having started an encounter.
Yeah, unsurprisingly. It is not very stealthy. And that is a fail. Rhyhorn charges and gallivants with reckless abandon. Being so quiet that like the world is shuddering.
That sounds about right. Okay. What are you guys throwing out? Obviously, you said Rhyhorn. You guys do have more than that available, if you'd like. Since you guys are beginner rank, you can throw out up to 2.
I will send out. We need to have C-Dot gain some XP, so we're going to toss out C-Dot.
Okay. What are you guys' initiative scores? Lissa, what are you throwing out? I assume you're wanting to at least support.
Yeah, and then you said there was an insect-like animal that was hanging with green wings, right?
Sorry, that was me accident. I jumped the gun. I described Vibrava, which is the evolution of Trapinch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That just, yeah.
I will.
I'm sure
throw
Elliot would
out-
love to fucking catch that one. Skip a little bit of the grind, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw out Brione,
okay.
and I will also throw out my Bond Sweet.
Oh, okay, nice. Okay, initiative scores.
2 for both Rhyhorn and C-Dot.
Okay, so we'll do some roll-offs for that here in a minute. What was Brione's? Brione 3?
The
No,
2.
2. We're gonna do a lot of roll-offs. Bond Sweet.
Also 2.
Okay. Okay, roll a d6 for each of those.
C-Dot is going to intentionally go last.
Okay, C-Dot's last.
That's 2 successes for Rhyhorn.
Oh, give me the actual number. So it's a.
Oh, sorry. 2.
Okay, so 2. It's a 4 for Trapinch. What did Brione get?
Brione got a 4.
Okay, so we'll roll off there. What about Bond Sweet?
6.
Okay, so Bond Sweet's gonna go first. Oh, that's a 5 for Trapinch. I'm gonna reroll for Brione.
4 again.
Okay, so Trapinch second, Brione third, with Rhyhorn fourth. Okay. Starting us off with Bond Sweet.
Bond Sweet will use Play Nice.
Okay, do you need that one?
Yes, please.
What I've been doing also, Elliot, is as I pull up moves, I have just been dumping them into the chat. I know you have the rule book, so it's.
Yeah.
But if you need a quicker reference for any of them.
I appreciate that.
Okay, so your accuracy on that one's Q plus Allure.
That'll be 1 success.
Okay, so you've successfully reduced the strength of this Trapinch by 1.
Be careful, Lissa. These guys are really strong.
You got it.
Its mouth is like a bear trap.
Actually, what you'll notice is while this seemed to
Hyper
work,
Cutter.
it did not have an effect. Glad I went and looked it up.
I think they can have Arena Trap and Hyper Cutter.
That is true. This one, meta-wise, now has Hyper Cutter. It can't have its strength reduced. Okay, following the Bond Suite is the Trapinch. It is going to target the Bond Suite with a bite attack. Which there is 1 success. Bond Suite will need 2 successes for either an evade or a flash.
She will evade with 2 successes.
Nice. The Trapinch will kind of like come in as the Bond Suite and try to take a chomp out of this delicious looking berry, and it manages just barely to hop out of the way. That will bring us to Brione.
Brienne was gonna go with her go-to of water gun.
Perfect.
Let's see. 2 successes.
Okay, go ahead and roll me your damage.
Does this one have the extra dice with it?
Yeah, you stab and super effective.
That'll be 3 successes.
Okay, after its defense, it will only take 1 damage. It looks like it's fairly stout as far as Pokemon go. which will bring us to Rhyhorn.
It's charging. It's coming in like the goddamn wrecking ball, being so quiet that it hurts. And while charging, is going to just stomp as it runs past, and its horn hits the wall. That is strength plus 2.
Well, strength
That
plus
is
2
three-
should be the damage.
Oh.
Accuracy should be, I think, Dex plus Brawl. Or depending on what move are you going for?
Stomp. That's press.
I think Stomp's Dex plus Brawl.
I don't recall.
Most physical attacks are Dex plus Brawl. Yep, Dex plus Brawl. Oh, that one has a flinch chance.
Okay, so okay, that is 1 success.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll me your damage as well as your chance die after that. So your damage will be that strength plus 2.
Owie. Okay, strength plus 2 is 4.
Okay. After its resistance, it will only, or its defense, it will only take 1.
Damn. And then flinch chance, that's
You're gonna roll
3d6?
3 die. Yeah, three die, 1 success to cause it to flinch.
1 success, 2 fail.
Okay, let me double check. I think that. Yeah, it loses its next action. Because I like this one better than the games, because the games, like, if you went first, flinch basically does fucking nothing. Okay.
Okay.
That will bring us to CDOT.
CDOT is going to harden to prepare to jump in the place of Bond Suite if possible.
Okay. Go ahead
But
and roll me your accuracy.
Elliot is harden is just boost my defense by 1.
Yeah, but there should still be a accuracy roll associated with it. Let me double check.
Oh, okay. Oh, actually, I'll just go with growth. I don't have harden yet. That's my
Okay.
bad.
Growth. There it is. That's special plus nature.
Fail.
Okay. Yeah, you can see the CDOT kind of attempting, maybe it's feeling a little left out because it hasn't been included in battles for a few days now.
Yeah, it's tough when you only have bide, buddy.
Yep. That will bring us to the end of the round. Anybody wanting to go a second time?
I'm just gonna toss a great ball. It's 2 HP down. I don't want him to get too low.
Okay. You have 6. You need 4 successes.
Alright, I only have 2 out right
So
now.
meta-wise, it has not hit the halfway point yet. It has not hit the
Yeah.
fucking rough.
We'll get it weaker if the great ball misses, but I want to try to get this one healthy. 1 success, 1 fail. 2 success, so that's up to 3. 1 success, 1 fail, so that's 4 and 2.
Perfect. As the Pokeball comes in, you see it kind of hit it as the Trapinch goes like mid-chomp. And it just barely misses the chomp, hitting like the snout as it pulls the Trapinch in, and after just a couple shakes, you can add that you have a Trapinch.
My party is full.
And specifically, you have this Trapinch here, which knows Bite, Sand Attack, and Feint Attack. And its ability is Hypercutty, or as we had kind of already meta-wise pieced together. Here's its statistics. No reduction to happiness or anything like that, because you were able to get it above half health. It is currently sitting at 4 HP.
Hell yeah.
Pretty solid catch there.
Elliot is gonna let loose a freaking war cry and like go to headbutt Rhyhorn, and like I come back reeling.
Munch?
Filled with joy.
Munchbacks will kind of look at you, Lissa. Munch?
Elliot will come up to Lissa with a unicorn horn. I'm good now. Do you need anything while we're out?
This is just gonna shrug and be like, nah, I'm good.
Oh yeah, for the 4 Pokemon that were active, you can mark off a victory for them as well. Doing a quick cursory glance here. Brione's still got a little bit before she evolves. Still a little bit for Bonsweet. For you, Elliot. C-Dot, still a decent amount.
How much specifically? I don't know if I've been tracking C-Dots.
C-Dots, you're going to need 12 more after that.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Rhyhorn, 44.
I'm going to return Rhyhorn back to the ball, but just walk with C-Dot. Well, I think C-Dot is small enough to fit on my shoulder.
That sounds right. We've
I'm
literally
pretty sure
depicted
C-Dot
it
is.
that way already in the game, so.
Yeah, that's canon how I'm doing it. He's just a small guy. Yeah. And as we're walking back, I'm sorry, C-Dot. I need to be a better trainer for you. I don't know grass types very well, and I need to figure out what I can do with you more. I promise I'll do better for you.
Okay, go ahead and give me we'll say either a cute or cool roll from your trainer card.
I'll do a cool rule. That is 2 fails.
It's one of those, like, C-Dot seems to like tell that you're making an attempt, but it's not as receptive. It basically is coming across as placating more and not quite as sincere yet. Basically, it's looking for you to show some actions. As you guys kind of get back to the camp, Firestarter Jan's been out for a little while. You can see that the fire's running a little bit low because it's pretty late. But other than that, it's a pretty easy jaunt back to camp here. Any last minute things for the evening, or just getting into a little bit of a shorter rest here?
I think Elliot will just have some travel rations and share it with his pokes before going to bed.
Perfect. Firestarter Jan, you can mark all of your Pokemon back up with 1 HP. Elliot and Lissa, because of the shortened amount of rest you guys are getting, the Pokemon you had active during this battle won't get the 1 HP, but any of your other Pokemon will get 1 HP back. Effectively, everybody that was not part of the encounter still managed to get a long rest because they were in their Pokeballs. For the next morning, let's see what weather we got here.
Firestarter Jan just snoring away.
The following morning, as you guys kind of wake up, it seems that potentially some weather is starting to come in. You don't see like necessarily dark clouds, but the wind has picked up a little bit more, so it's a windier day. Like I said, you got about
Elliot,
an hour and a half left on Route 102, which you now officially have encountered all the Pokemon. So you know for a fact the only Pokemon you can encounter on this part of Route 3 is Trapinch, Numel, Eevee, Drillbur, and Rhyhorn.
Elliot, although very fired up still from last night, is passed the fuck out. And like C-Dot has lodged itself in Elliot's mouth in such a way that like Elliot has to jerk, and like C-Dot, like wide eyes open, like ends up rolling off onto the ground. But Elliot still sleeps.
C-Dot! C-Dot! It like waddles back over and kind of like headbutts you since it doesn't have any fucking arms.
And it really fucking hurts because I still have the welt on my forehead. And I wake up.
It's about time you got up, sleepyhead.
Yeah, I was too busy being a better trainer than you.
Excuse me. What does that possibly mean?
Still rubbing my head, I let out Trapinch.
Pinch!
Alyssa's gonna pop up and be like, I'm the best trainer because I was there for all of it, as I go back and disappear again.
Look at that. You caught yourself a bear trap.
A bear trap? This battle that we're about ready to have, okay? All it has to do is sneeze on any one of your pathetic pokes, and you're gonna lose. And white out, so I can steal your Great Ball and Potion on the trail too.
She gets up and she starts pacing around Elliot. Listen, I kind of feel like you and I got off on the wrong foot a long time ago. And I'm not quite sure when or why that happened. However, I don't feel like it is any sorts of fair ever to call my Pokemon pathetic when you made this big to-do about me and the fish, which I've been doing better about, by the way.
Okay, I apologize for that, but listen. You and I specifically said we're going to race to find the Numel. We're going to battle over who gets to get it, and you went and fucking caught it anyway.
Yeah, because I got to it first. I won the race. Where...
Circumstances beyond my control made it so I was not there.
Not...
Munch,
Not
as
my-
like Munchmax is like taking the breakfast as you guys are arguing into like a pot and is like slowly eating it, like watching the argument happen.
Elliot, it is not my fault that you were busy cooking dinner, which I appreciate, by the way. What I got left, which wasn't a lot, was delicious.
Munch.
But you could have come with us at any point. You were just too busy doing other things while I was off being the better trainer.
Okay. I'm willing to apologize for how I've been acting.
And
I decided that I don't want a Numel anyway, because I have Trapinch.
And I am willing to apologize that you feel the need to act this way. But it's okay. We can be friends.
We're still battling, though.
No, that's fine. We can battle.
And Alyssa, we are also battling.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah, that's fine.
you guys can wait until I'm done with the gym leader.
You just got beef with everybody, don't you?
I don't know what I did. I was
This
just being supportive.
This is the world that we live in.
That's just the way it is.
I will be the ground type master, and I have to prove it.
I have a
And
question
I'm not
for
gonna
you.
get there if I can't be challenged by my friends.
I have a question for you. Why do you
What?
feel such a great need to prove yourself? Is it has something to do with your father?
As Elliot thinks, if his circumstances of any other Pokemon character in the anime not having a present father, or the ones that are actually a gym leader way anyway. No, he's just at home with the Mr. Mime.
Oh,
This is mine.
well, I will make it my life's goal to help you prove yourself. Because all I want is just to be the best fire trainer I possibly can with a few other Pokemon that aren't fire yet.
So we have similar goals, and thus have similar traumas. You're just reflecting.
I'm not reflecting anything. I never had a father.
All I'm trying to say is we're good. I apologize.
And she extends a hand and says, okay.
By the way, I found a great ball and used it right away and caught it on my first try. And shakes your hand and continues walking down the path.
You had to use a great ball. I was using Pokeballs.
You were wasting Pokeballs.
Still diff.
She puts Finny up on her shoulder and puts her backpack on, sighs, and follows reluctantly.
Okay. As you guys are finishing up Route 3 here, or at least the first half of Route 3, which will get you to Route 102, is there anything you're wanting to do on this route before? Like I said, you had about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to finish this route before you connected to Route 102.
Like I was saying before, I want to keep an eye out for a hard stone, but also potentially try to find some trainers. I realize we don't have a whole lot of time for it, but if we can find the location of some trainers closer to the town, that I'd like to track them down.
Okay, so meta-wise, there's trainers on every route, so if you're actively seeking those, like, you will encounter them. I just rolled to see which type of trainer you link up with. So if you want to wait till Route 3 before that happens, we can do that, or we can do it here during Route 3, or when we get to Route 102, whichever.
I think I'd probably wait till Route 102 to potentially see some other pokes.
Okay. As far as the hardstone goes, same roll we did earlier, which was either nature, insight, or clever, whichever route you want to go. And you can roll it at advantage if you're using a Pokemon or someone else is also actively looking for supplies as you guys are making your way out.
Could I argue, if I were to use CDOT, could I argue a alert check to be on the watch for it? Or something that looks like it?
I would allow it. Alert is also kind of like just being, kind of like your natural, I guess, same sort of thing as like perception. Just being
like
aware of like potential threats.
Like it may not be able to know what it is, but like being able to keep an eye out for it.
Yeah.
Is that a stretch?
No, I that's the only thing I've like ran into with your guys' stats for this one. Are some of them are harder to kind of like categorize what you would go with. so I would allow that one as well.
Okay, so I will go with that then. That's a fail. But I'll still keep C-Dot along for the travel.
Perfect. Go ahead and give me another cute or cool, kind of like just working with C-Dot throughout the day to see if you're able to kind of like mend that bond a little bit.
I'm gonna still go with cool rolls. One fail, one success.
Okay. Throughout the day, kind of like allowing C-Dot to be out with you seems to be having a little bit of a positive effect. Essentially, it's the words you said to it and the actions you're portraying seem to be aligning. So it seems like you're on the upward trend of healing the little bit of slight in the relationship. Anybody else wanting to do something on Route 3 here before you guys hit this junction to Route 102?
Real quickly, meta question. For Flareon, is that just normal Firestone? Okay. That is something Firestarter Jan would want to keep an eye out for.
Okay. You could also attempt, so same types of rolls unless you have an argument for a different role. So nature, alert, depending on how you're applying it, insight, or what was the other one? Clever.
Well, don't really think it matters either way because my guys hate me. I've got one success on insight.
Okay. As you're kind of like making your way here, while it's not a Firestone, you are able to find another Great Ball. It seems like as you guys are getting closer to Wastery Pinnacle, that trainers more often had Great Balls on hand because of all the beginner rank Pokemon that you encounter out here. And it looks like it's another one that got left. As you're kind of like actively searching, though, you do kind of come to the conclusion that like this mountain probably isn't the best place unless you're actively looking at a shop for a Firestone, just because you can feel the temperature starting to drop as you guys are continuing to increase in elevation. And if you were looking for a stone, maybe an ice stone would be more likely to be up here, or like the hard rock that Elliot's looking for, just based off of climate.
Okay, she's gonna take the Great Ball and toss it to Elliot and go, "Here, I believe this will make up for the Pokeballs that I wasted."
We're all sharing here. So Elliot will throw it in his big ass backpack and just add it to the party pool, replenishing the one that he used.
I like to imagine Elliot is like Firestarter Jan's just walking around with this little pack, and Elliot's got like one of those big backpacking through the freaking mountains backpack on.
Yeah, so like going off of like Elliot's general going off of like Elliot's general demeanor, he's got like the look of like a young ace trainer, but like very preppy. Like he's the one in school that's going to all the extracurriculars, you know.
He's president of math team, vice president of the honor society.
Yeah, he's the town's recent champion of the type chart.
He's basically me. That was me in high school.
Yep, that's me currently.
Okay, Lissa, anything for you on the tail end of, I say tail end of Route 3. Basically, it's the first half of Route 3, but the junction that you guys care about is the first half of Route 3.
Yeah, what does Lissa need to evolve to a Vaporeon?
Vaporeon would be a water stone. And
So
and
she'll
Elliot
be
had
that.
shared what he knew of the evolution, so like you all are at least aware of like the basics of like your three starter ones, your three base evolutions. You guys got a little bit more skeptical on how to do the Umbreon, Espeon, but kind of figured it out. Leafeon and Glaceon, you're pretty sure it's stones, but it gets a little hairy. And then the Drakeon is one where you're fairly confident the dragon scale will work, but no one's actually tried it, and you don't have concrete evidence that that will work.
So she'll be looking for a water stone then.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me any of those applicable ones.
And what were they one more time?
Either insight, nature, I could take an argument for alert, or clever.
We will do clever. That's 2 successes.
Similar to Firestarter Jan, as you're kind of like looking, you know that there is some potential for a water stone here because of like the snow, but it might be further up on Route 102 whenever you get closer to the peaks. But right now it seems to be more of a rocky, arid sort of climate. So the likelihood of a water stone is pretty slim unless someone dropped one. But you are able to pick up a super potion that seemed to be dropped, as well as some more soft sand.
I'll go ahead and give that stuff to Elliot as well. Here you go, Elliot.
As he just dumps the soft sand
Go.
onto one of his ground type
More
Pokebucks.
soft sand? Hell yeah! What was soft sand and what? I got lost in the sauce.
Super potion.
Dude, hell yeah.
Okay. As you guys round the corner here, I say round the corner. As you guys come to this junction, you can tell that the incline for Route 102 starts to kind of like pick up. And the weather seems to get a little bit more aggressive. So the wind picks up, and you can see that some flurries are starting to come in. The temperature is kind of taking a pretty significant dip. Like it's noticeable as you guys are starting to make your way up the first part of Route 102 here that the temperature has really dropped. So if you haven't got some winter clothes, it's starting to get a little brisk.
I don't think any of us do.
Meta-wise, you guys have clothes that you can change into. Whether or not you had shifted before you kind of start seeing the flurries coming in is a different story. But...
I will. C-Dot, it's getting a little dangerous for you out here, bud. Rhyhorn. I'm gonna have Rhyhorn kind of in the lead to kind of help flatten out the path if it becomes icy, and I'll throw on just a jacket.
Perfect. As you guys are like changing into other clothes, the flurries are consistently picking up. It is now kind of starting to get lower visibility. Like it is very, very heavier snow. Like you would consider it blizzard-like weather as you start to make your trek up. Anything for the first part of Route 3. We might not get into the weeds of doing it tonight since we're a little past 10, but we might RP out the first little bit.
Okay. I'm gonna see if. Well, I need to look up a move list real quick, but you guys can go first.
Anything for you, listen. So you guys are officially on our new route. You will get a ding from your Pokepager. You know that Rhyhorns are common on this route, but there are at least a handful of Pokemon that aren't in your Pokedex for this route.
So even though she has a full team, she'll still want to try to find Pokemon just that way she can try to fill her Pokedex.
Okay, as I'm rolling to see what Pokemon we encounter, is there anything from you, Firestarter Jan?
No, nothing from Firestarter Jan.
Okay, as you guys are making your first little bit up the route here, and the blizzard's coming in, so it's lower visibility, so it's hard to make out, but there's these little, they almost look like bugs, but they're like small, like little glacier looking creatures, and they're like really latched down on the trail as they're kind of like moving around on the nearby rocks and everything as the snow's coming in.
Can you give that description again?
Yeah, so they look almost like little bugs, but they got like the glacial sort of appearance to them. So they're like got the like, it's a almost like a clear blue with like little eyes, but definitely sort of like, if you were to miniaturize a glacier, it would kind of look like that, but they're walking around. You guys do have your Poke Pagers if you'd like to pull it up and see if it picks up anything.
I would like to see, I would guess of what this might be.
Okay, so as you pull her up, you'll see this little guy. Which would tell you
Bird Knight.
it's the Ice Chunk Pokemon. It is number... Sorry. 74 in the Pokedex. It's 1 meter tall, or 3 feet is 0.3 inches. 100 kilograms or 220 pounds. I didn't realize how fucking big these things are.
They're huge. They evolve into a dining table.
Yeah, but yeah. They live in small herds close to the mountains. It blocks attacks with the ice that shields its body and uses cold air to repair any cracks with new ice. They are wary of humans as they rarely get to see them.
Elliot is not interested and had the thought of potentially doing some training up here, but is not. The cold is very quickly getting to him, and he tries to layer up more, but ends up just huddling real close to the side of Rhyhorn on so to use him as kind of a wind shear.
Anything from you, Firestarter Jan?
No, she is not interested in this thing either.
It's like the exact opposite of what she wants.
Yeah.
Okay, Lissa, are you after these?
She would want one of them, yes.
Okay. We will save that for the start of next session, only because how long combat can potentially take. Is there anything that we would like to finish off wise as far as like RP on the first little stretch of Route 3 here?
I don't think so for right now.
Yeah. Firestarter Jan's just got Finnegan zipped up in her hoodie with her, and they're both shivering.
Yeah, Elliot while hiding on the side of Rhyhorn, will kind of let loose a little bit of a sneer at Firestarter Jan, being named Firestarter Jan, and is not providing heat for the party.
Yeah, she's got. Well, she only has the one fire type move. Like she just got her Finnegan to learn.
Yeah, and like I only have so Finnegan can do Ember, and I think Numa can do Ember too.
Oh yeah, and the new woman she just picked up. Okay, well thank you guys for playing.